Greetings, Inquisitors. Welcome to week 27 in the Rise of Obticeo. Started this account in January, used the hyperdrive bundle. We've been free to play now for 6 months on this account, and I'm doing weekly updates so people can follow along. So if you're new to this content or you haven't watched it before, I did a lot of summary videos, and then now I'm trying to do some live streams, trying to make it a little more efficient for myself. So we get to be a little more interactive. Please feel free to ask any questions in the chat for those who are watching live. If there's something you want to know about this account or about Swgoh in general, just let me know and we'll see if we can get some questions answered. So with that in mind, let's see what people got to say. Ward Point Ranch says nothing but depressing nonsense on TV. Yeah, people generally like bad news better than they like good news. Gets more clicks, gets more views. The news people know it. Yeah, just easier to report bad news than it is good news. Look at this. Look at this, guys. My energy is all built up, all maxed out. What a horrible state of affairs. I didn't get to play at all. So all my energy's been maxed out all day. All right. Spend energy in light side battles. So let's dump some energy in light side battles and get that energy ticking back up. We got these light side farms, so I'm going to go hit those first thing before we get into much with the account. You'll see that I've got my farming tab set up. I would recommend this to everybody. Whatever your current farm projects are, set them up by light, dark, and cantina. And that way for the quests, when the objectives change in the guild objective of the day, you know what it is that you have to farm. And obviously, your main farms are split between light and dark, like for me. But today, I can just go through here and farm all this light side stuff. Get that taken care of. I'm not doing the 2-sim thing today, guys. I'm resisting the urge, resisting the temptation to do it 2 at a time. I suppose it doesn't really matter. We'll do it 2 at a time. Can't resist. All right, there's my third refresh. So we'll get these. See, we got 6. I don't know. I feel like there's something to that. I feel like statistically, I get better results that way. I haven't done enough data gathering for it to be fact, but certainly feels like it. All right, there's light side battles. The OCD won out, says David Dutrow. It did. Nice. Obticeo's counterpart went 3 of 3 and took down 2 6 million GP opponents. Nice. I just popped 12 conductors for 500 crystals. Nice. Which of those farms are considered your daily priority farms? So, the first order we're building up in the background, what we want to do is get the first order fleet up and running. So right now, Django is a main farm, Wrecker, Droideka has that node, has the Cad Bane's ship Xanadu Blood that we need for the finalizer event. So those 3 are main farms. The Jedi Consular is on the same node as the Hyena Bomber, which I still have yet to finish. So we're still farming that for 67 more shards. Then the last main farm is basically Darth Sion has now taken over as a main farm because that node is the one with the First Order shuttle. So we're farming the shuttle. 18 out of 80. We got a long way to go, starting at 0 on that shuttle. So these three, Consular, Darth Sion, and then if I have energy left over after that, I'll farm Bosk. Queel is the same node as the TIE Bomber. Obviously, we want to farm that on dark side days, even if I don't necessarily need it for a fleet right now. It's such a good ship that we need to be on that. And then on dark side days, I can also farm this Sith Trooper up, so he's pretty much only on dark side days. So Queel is pretty much only dark side days because once I get to Scion and then come back for Bosk, I rarely have enough energy for Queel. And then First Order Stormtrooper we can farm on light side day. And we'll just gradually get those First Order requirements going. We do plan to build SLKR. We're going to relic this Jedi Knight Anakin. We're going to relic Moff Gideon. We have to relic Grievous if we ever get him to 7 stars. By the time I get these 2 relicked, I'll probably have 1 more relic to do, and then Grievous. And then we'll be on the SLKR journey, and we'll start relicking First Order pilots and working on those ships, and go straight into the SLKR build. I had originally intended to go for gas, but I don't see it. I don't know why I would go for gas when I could go for SLKR. It's a longer journey, but it has a fleet. It has a Galactic Legend at the end of it. It gets good teams. And, SLKR beats gas. So I feel like once your account is stabilized, you got to go straight for a GL. And, I've been stabilizing now for 6 months. So it's time to get that journey rolling and get that Galactic Legend on the way. On my Loquitur account, I did it free-to-play, no hyperdrive bundle. It wasn't entirely free-to-play, but know what I mean. I leveled up manually. And we got the Sith Eternal Emperor right at a year. And on this account, I think we can get SLKR right at a year. And it'll have the Troopers team already built. It'll have the clone Troopers already built. It'll have a better income than my Loquitur account had. So, yeah, interesting builds. Why did you go for Mon Mothma? It feels a bit out of place and not leading to anything. So, let's reflect on that. So, I feel like in the past, in the bygone days, how we used to play when I was a young whippersnapper. No, so I came in and I got the hyperdrive bundle, and I put together this fleet with Bigs, Fives, and the TIE Silencer. And the way this works is really simple. The TIE Silencer is a fast ship. I knew I wanted clones first. I'm going to relic Fives very early on. The Umran Starfighter is a very fast ship as well. You come in fast. He does his second skill that puts target lock on somebody. As soon as he does target lock, Biggs gains taunt, and Silencer gets to stun whoever's the biggest threat on your team. So that little 3-ship combo is wicked. It's a wicked early game combo. And if you build Mon Mothma, then you can put this Biggs Darklighter to work. So my thought was I'm going to build Biggs, and then we'll build Wedge as a reinforcement, because his reinforcement at level 3 inflicts healing immunity that can't be resisted and buff immunity that can't be resisted, which is great for taking out Hound's Tooth. So nice little 4-ship combo. But my goodness, the people in my fleet are just nuts. Just crazy. Crazy how fast they developed fleet. So I'm sitting here with this little team, and I go pretty much straight to number 1 with it. And within a few weeks, people are bringing online, full Galactic Republic teams and, Houndstooth at 6 stars already. And I was just, standing there with my jaw on the floor going, man, what do I do now? So I had to build the Geos, and then I had to build Spy, then I had to build Sunfac, and I'm fighting for my placement in fleet. So why did I build Mon Mothma? Because I thought I was going to get away with this cheap fleet. Biggs, Wedge, and a couple other ships, and then just, use that for a while. And that fleet just didn't, it became obsolete in seconds. So then I had a Mon Mothma team. And I don't regret the Mon Mothma team, so if I look back over my shoulder and say, what would I do differently? The Mon Mothma team will come along. What we'll end up doing with this, once we finally get this Chupio to 7 stars, this team will be doing Tier 1 assault battles, possibly challenge Tier 2. If I can get at least one other character here built up. Might be Jyn Erso. She's got such a cool kit under Mon Mothma. I like what she does. Maybe we'll get Cara Dune in here somewhere, and then basically we'll do a build like this for assault battles. And it does well in Grand Arena, and it does well in certain conquest things where you have to get assists and whatever. So, I mean, it's not a bad little team. But that's why. All right. Rex Barris beats SLKR. Rex and Barris beat SLKR. Okay. Help me out with that. What do you mean Rex and Barris beat SLKR? I do not know what you're talking about. Love the names, dude. I always use Sith, Sithis, and Bruxus, coming from Bruxism myself. I'm not sure I understand that comment. What is Bruxus? Showing my ignorance. I don't know what you're talking about. Clue me in there, man. Hydra Inferno's here, hey. My Obticeo account went closer to the original path than you had planned. Geos, Padme, clones, Imp Troopers, gas. And now I'm working toward Executor, and it feels pretty good so far. Yeah, it's a good path. It's a good path. I think, honestly, in retrospect, the thing that I wish I had done differently in this account, I feel like I went straight for the clones to try to get, to impress a guild. But I think the right way to do it is to build the Imperial Troopers and Padme first. Both of those teams are just so good for income. They're so good for conquest. Just so much stuff in the game that it helps to have those two teams built. And by going for the clone troopers first, I just delayed my ability to get that income. And it's not a big deal. I mean, it's only a difference of like 3 months. So it's not like, months and months worth of lost income. But yeah, I would do that if I had it to do over again. I would start with the troopers and build into Padme. Geos, of course. Build the Geos first, always. But besides that, I would do troopers into Padme, into SLKR. I don't think I'd build the clones anymore. It's not a bad build. I mean, building the clones first is not a bad build, but what I found is, again, in hindsight, when I go to look at my clones, we got them finished to decent relic levels, but if I look at my mods, I have just about the best mods in my account. I've got a few of the good mods over on Gideon, a few of the good mods on other characters, but let's say in general, the best mods I have are on this team. And Shakti is at 298 speed. The health is, to be quite frank, the health is pretty pathetic with this build. We got a mixed mod set trying to get speeds on this character. 12 speed. This is a good mod, 20 speed. Down here we've got 5 speed, 11 speed. It's just not there. And if I go look at the next character, let's look at the Rex, right? Because the Rex has pretty much the best speed mods I've got in the account. He's 301. So this is, let's say this is okay-ish for Wat Tambor, for the cam mission. I mean, he's at least in the range of what he needs to be. He's got a little bit of health. Probably have to put more relic levels on him to even survive. But then you get to my 5s, and again, this is just pathetic. You know, these mods are awful. So even though I've got the team, and it's a cam-ready team in terms of relic levels, it's not a cam-ready team in terms of mods. Just do not have the mod quality. Don't have the 6-dot mods. And even if I did have the 6-dot mods, the ones that I have, I really don't have the slicing materials to take them up. You know? So it's... what's the word I'm looking for here? Yeah, it's the illusion of a cam shard. The team is there, but I don't think I have the mods or relic levels to complete the event. Unless I got really lucky. Bruxism is teeth grinding. How important is Jolie to an early Bastila Yoda Jedi team? Jolie is very important to the Jedi Knight Revan team. Maybe less important for the Bastila team. Grandmaster Yoda is probably the most important for any early Jedi team. And then Bindo's probably second. You know, if you keep Bindo alive, you can bring back the Yoda. You can bring back a lot of stuff. So yeah, I would say really important. What's the Padme team? And then there's a question, is the Padme team most efficient with the newly reworked Mace Windu in it? Yes, I believe that the Padme team looks best. Let's see if I have it set up right here. Yeah, so let's take Wrecker out of here. I thought I was going to put Wrecker in, but I read through the kit, and it really can't work. Wrecker can't keep taunt. Yeah, it's just no good. So this is the Padme team. This is the Padme team that you build first. And let's say Kenobi takes a while to get. So the very first 5 that you can build for Padme would include Qui-Gon Jinn here. So you would build Qui-Gon Jinn, and you don't even have to build him up that great. You want him for Grand Arena anyway. You really want him to be your first Omicron. That team is just... For anybody who's new to the game or doesn't understand the mechanics, let me tell you why Qui-Gon is the best first Omicron. And to do that, I'm first going to show you... let's look at Akbar, because I have the Akbar Omicron. And I'll tell you the pitfall here. So in the Akbar Omicron, while in Grand Arena, everybody gains tenacity up if all allies are rebels. There's turn meter gain here. They gain health, and when an ally uses an ability that's not an attack, everybody recovers, And instead of a random ally, the 2 weakest allies are called to assist, and they have their cooldowns reduced. So I thought I could make this work, but you'll notice it's not actually giving a boost to my other characters. It's just making them take attacks. So what happened is I thought I could make this work with low gear characters, but the low gear characters aren't doing damage. He doesn't necessarily boost their damage, so it's a tickle fest. You get in there with your characters and they just don't hit hard. So for example, I thought it was good. I thought we could make it work, but the other characters in the team have to be good in order to make that work. If we look at the Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron, the thing that is so special about this, all other allies gain offense equal to 30 times their speed. So you can have complete garbage Jedi. Garbage. And we'll take a look at a garbage Jedi. Remember this 30 times speed, doubled while they have foresight. And they all get foresight at the start of the battle, and there's other mechanics that give them foresight. Yoda's battle meditation can give them foresight again. There's lots of ways to get foresight. So remember that. Remember those things. Now we'll take a look at a horrible Jedi, right? Let's see. Let's just take Kanan Jarrus. Garbage, right? Bad mods on him. A speed set at level 1. Complete garbage character. I think we'd all agree. His speed is 99. He gets 30 speed from Qui-Gon Jinn, which then makes that 130. Then he gains attack equal to 30 times his speed. He will gain 3,900 attack, doubled when he has foresight, so 7,800 attack. 1,300 plus 7,800 is 9,100 attack. 9,100 attack on a complete garbage Jedi. Guys, that's no joke. It's for real. Almost 10,000 attack power. I go down here to Vader. Relic 6 character. I look at his offense. 6,300. Not even close. That garbage Jedi has more attack than a Relic 6 Vader. I go to my Dark Trooper. He's modded for offense. We're trying to maximize his offense. 9,100. It takes a Relic 7 Dark Trooper modded for offense to have as much attack power as that Gear 8 Jedi with absolute garbage mods. Absolute garbage. Now, let's look at Anakin. Right? Let's look at Anakin. He's better. 2,900. We'll just call it 3,000 damage. 2,200 speed, or 220 speed. And he would get an extra 30 from Qui-Gon, so 250 times 30. 7,500 doubled. 15,000 offense. So he would be at 18,000 damage. There's nothing else in the game like it that gives bonuses like that off of speed. It's absolutely ridiculous how hard you can hit with garbage. All right. Let me catch up on chat over here. I'm really stuck with ships, not sure what ships I should go with early on. Executrix and Endurance, but not sure what ships to take with each. The ships that you want with Endurance, you want to start building your Negotiator fleet. 5s, Jedi Knight Anakin, and Houndstooth. Absolutely build those 3 and start building up the BTLB Y-Wing. Those are your 4 ships that are absolute must-haves. Ahsoka's ship is good. Rex's ship is good. You can build those later. You need Plo at some point. But build those starting 3. Houndstooth, Jedi Knight Anakin, and 5s. And that'll be a good team under Endurance. It'll be a good team to start with under Negotiator. For the other fleet, you want Geos. You really want Geos. Geos are just so easy to build. Just get them out of shops, build the characters, build the fleet. That's your first 2 fleets, I think. Jack Smith says you're going to remod, and Mike C says it's almost a cam team. Yeah, exactly. Blanku Pie says, so you're saying don't go clones immediately because you won't have good enough mods anyway? That's what I'm saying. And specifically for the cam mission, if you say to a guild, I've got full, like right now, I've got full relic clones. I went back to the Phantom Foundlings Guild, and they're not doing light side Geo yet, so I don't have the opportunity to test them against cam. But yeah, I mean, if I told a guild, hey, I've got cam ready clones, I do have them cam ready in terms of relic levels, but I don't think I would get a shard because of the mods. It's kind of false advertisement. It'll help get you a good guild, but yeah, I'm not happy with it. The team doesn't do as much as I want it to do, and it's mostly around the fact that the mods just aren't good enough. And it's not for lack of trying, man. I've been doing 3 mod refreshes for 6 months straight. We just pile the mods into the account, work them down, stress and trying to get better mods, and that's the best we've got, you know, after 6 months. Best we can do. Patternick says, one good thing about not buying Hyperdrive Bundle is I had more time to work on mods. It's definitely true. It's definitely true. You do get more time to work on mods that way. Fellhammer's in the house. Hey, Fellhammer. Kyber Soze's in the house. Okay. I personally, Patternick says, Panteric says, I personally value fleet income over everything. After I stabilized, I'm going for Executor as the first big ticket item. Cam clones might give Relic 8. So yeah, I mean, if you get cam clones and you can get into a guild that's good enough to do C-Pit, and that gets you Relic 8 for the Executor, that's definitely an advantage. Constantine says, make R2-D2 fastest with Akbar and Leia can go crazy. Troopers annihilate Qui-Gon. Versio is still my favorite. Yeah, Iden Versio is good. Iden Versio, you're saying annihilates Qui-Gon? How do your troopers not... Well, maybe they annihilate Qui-Gon with no Anakin. If Anakin's in the team, as soon as you kill Qui-Gon with a trooper, Anakin gets to go and he kills all your troopers in one hit. They really don't have very good mechanics for keeping him under control. I guess if you stun him with Iden on the first hit and then kill Qui-Gon while he's stunned, that's tough to do, though. That's tough to do. Nuke says, hey, DL, I'm sure you already answered this question, but for a 4.5 million account, would you recommend the Battle Pass for Conquest, and which one? If you want to do well in Conquest, you have to buy the big pass. You don't have to. You don't have to. Buying the second level of the pass gives your character stamina back, and especially for somebody around 4.5 million, you're going to find that your progress teams, the teams that you're using to try to advance through the sectors, maybe a Galactic Legend team, maybe CLS, whatever, whatever you're using to 3-star and advance through the sectors, those teams will always be out of stamina. So the stamina regeneration that you get from the advanced pass really makes a huge difference. And that allows you to do quests with characters that you're getting energy for, and it allows you to still be able to get those progress teams recovered on stamina so that you can do both. Constantly keep pushing your progress. Otherwise, what happens is you do like your first 50 cost refresh and you go bashing through things, and you come back the next morning and your guys are at like 60 stamina, and you play a couple battles and they're back to 30 stamina, and your best teams, once they're ground down to 30 stamina, you're really not going to do much with that. And then you come back that night and they're not even back to 100%. So even though you want to spend the refreshes and do more, your characters have no stamina. So that's what the big battle pass does for you. It gets you that stamina back so you can function in hard mode. I only started buying battle pass once I got to box 6 in hard, and there was a tune that I wanted, Malgus. So still build some level of clones for assault battles or drop them altogether. Christian, it 100% depends on what you want. So if you just want to build a good account, leave the clones till later. If you want to try to qualify for the best guild as early as you can, building the clones right now is a huge benefit toward getting into a better guild. So if you built the Geos, the Troopers, the Padme Team, got your income stabilized, if you say, I really want to get into a C-Pit guild, building those Troopers will help you get into a C-Pit guild. Building other teams, starting your Galactic Legend journey, those are better long-term plans, but if you don't have a good guild, building the clones is going to get you the good guild. So that's the determining factor. The clones are not a bad team. I think there's other better places to spend your resources if you're building your account really for the long term. But building the clones, then it lets you say, I've got this for CPIT, for territory wars, for territory battles. It's a good, well-rounded team, and it'll impress a guild. Okay, way behind on chat. Oh, people are talking about Qui-Gon dying. Yeah, when Qui-Gon dies, you get a super boost. Hey, DL, how far are you going to take Piet in terms of gear and relics? I park everything at Relic 5. If it's just a relic that I'm building for fun, I'll park it at Relic 5 until I need to take it higher. So I'm going to relic Gideon, not Piet. So I'm going to do the Dark Trooper, then I'm going to relic Gideon. If I were to relic Piet, I would take him to Relic 5 and park him there, and then whenever I build the Executor, take him up to 9. Hey DL, I just got Geo Brood Alpha to Relic 3. Should I relic any other Geos? Depends on what you're doing with fleet. If you're running a Malevolence fleet, relic Sunfac. You can relic Spy. I like relic Spy. I think he makes the Geo team more of a threat, but probably the smartest thing to do is to relic Sunfac for fleets, because you're always going to want to relic Sunfac in the starting 3 with your Malevolence. It's a long-term thing. Darth Loquater, do you still struggle with purple ability mats for Obticeo? Yeah, of course. I mean, the problem that you have with I assume you're talking about the shard shop. The problem that you have with these purples early on is your characters aren't overflowed yet. So if you go in here and look at the Obticeo account, there's a bunch of these characters that haven't hit 7 stars yet. And if I were to get extra shards from Territory Wars or wherever the heck I get them, they don't go to the shard shop. They're still filling up the character in the first place. So it cuts down the amount of shard shop currency that you can generate from just generically playing the game. So yeah, that's not solved yet. We still have a ways to go on that. But But I mean, I'm relicking on about a 2-week timeline for most of my relics, so it's not bad. It's not unmanageable. But once you get a lot of those characters filled into 7 stars, then all those extra shards are going to the shard shop, and your income accelerates. Like, for example, if I did 50,000 worth of bronzium packs on this account, I would get maybe 2,500 shard shop currency, and on my main account it'd be more like 4,000 if I traded in all 50k of this, for example. So that's the thing. That's the thing with the early game accounts. You got to let the bucket fill up. Let all those characters get to 7 stars. So it's kind of a ramping economy thing. Free stuff. I'll take free stuff. Do you pull Jedi Knight Anakin from the Qui-Gon team or just run full trash? It depends on my opponent. So if I go in against an opponent and they've got, like I fought a Jedi Training Rey team with my Qui-Gon, and I just threw it. I just took the Qui-Gon team, I put in Jedi Knight Anakin, I put the best stuff in there I could, and just threw it at the opponent. And it worked. We got it. We did it. With the Padme team, I wouldn't have been able to do that. Against another team where I needed more sustainability, like let's say I needed to kill, let's say you had a Vader team on defense and the Vader was fast, and it was a good quality Vader team. I would probably instead bring Padme, use her healing ability to convert all the buffs to courage, and that team's going to beat a Vader team and give more problems to that team than Qui-Gon would. So it depends on the matchup. I take it all on offense. That's what I recommend to people. Take the whole package on offense, and that way you can decide where to use those teams. And then if Padme's left over with no Jedi Knight Anakin, you can still use her for stuff. She's less effective, but still good. On my main account, I actually use Anakin in the team on defense, and then I use a Padme Cat team to take out JMK teams. So Padme is one of my most high-functioning teams on my main account. Taking out Galactic Legends with her. All right. Purple skill mats. Oh, purple skill mats. No. Those are only a problem for like the first 3 or 4 weeks. When I came in here and bought the Hyperdrive bundle, man, as soon as I started skilling up characters, those just dried up instantly. Like 2 weeks into the game, I didn't have any purple ability mats. But that quickly gets solved, and I'm looking for a character that needs skills. Kenobi, maybe? Man, I've got skills on everybody. Everybody's up to their Omega skills. You gotta have somebody that needs skills. Chirpa. He requires levels. I guess I can go to Cantina and see it, right? Can we see it in here? Yeah, there we go. So we've got 344 of those in the bank. It's once you get them going, Cantina refreshes are really how you get stabilized with those materials. Got to get some Cantina refreshes. Alex Contart says, "Hey DL, I have a friend who cheats, and I was wondering if I should report him for cheating or not, because he spent quite a lot of money." Kyber Soze says, "Trolling?" Well, what's your sense of justice? And that's the question. If your friend's a cheater and you don't ever confront him about it, then you condone cheating and you say it's okay. So it's up to your own conscience if you're going to let that go, if you value your friendship more than the cheating. But, I figure if somebody's willing to cheat in the game, they're probably lying to me anyway. Probably wouldn't be my friend. Probably wouldn't be my friend. Yeah, Mike C says the same thing. I think the question is, if he cheats at Swgoh, what else is he cheating at in life? Yeah. As a friend, I'd consider a hard conversation about cheating in life, not just Swgoh. Yeah. CG won't do anything about him. Probably not. So since CG doesn't ban most people, since CG doesn't ban people most of the time, they condone cheating as well. That's different. So CG is never going to come out and publicly condone cheating. And they do stuff about people sometimes. I mean, they banned Arnold's account for... Does everybody understand what happens when people's accounts get banned? So what happens is... I keep losing my voice. Sorry, guys. There's these people out there who will advertise discount crystals. And the advertisement will look legitimate. And you'll say, buy $100 worth of crystals for $50. And when you go for those things, you can get the crystals purchased for $50, and you'll actually get $100 worth of crystals. What they don't tell you is that they've stolen that credit card information from other people. It's scammed credit cards. So they will buy crystals with these scammed credit cards, charge you $50, and then charge somebody else's credit card $100, and they just keep the $50. And those accounts that are found to be buying third-party crystals like that get banned. So CG sometimes does things. They're not good about it. They're not timely about it. There's some way to cheat in Fleet. I don't know what it is. I don't know computer programming. I don't know how it works. But I've seen it in my own arena, Fleet Arena shards, and I've seen it in other people's, where these fleets that are like 123,000 galactic power are beating fleets at the top of the game. And you report them, and eventually they go away. So CG will deal with them eventually. They're just not quick about it. They don't have much of a sense of urgency about it. So maybe they don't condone cheating, but they certainly don't condemn it in a way that it requires quick action on their part. So, yeah, I've seen that before too. What do the fleets in your shard look like? Man, if you look at this Obticeo fleet shard, I hope this is not representative of what other fleet shards look like. Because 6 months in, we've got these 2 executors, we've got a 3rd executor on the way, and 6-star negotiators. There's somebody I think has a 6-star, 7-star malevolence. Maybe he's dropped down. Some 5-star malevolences here. But yeah, if you were even behind a little bit and you were trying to break into the top 20 in our fleet shard, I mean, the bottom of the top 20 has a 5-star malevolence with, full ships. Hyena Bomber and Vulture Droid at 7 stars. So that's the bottom of the top 20. It's nuts. Absolutely crazy. Look at this. 2 executors. This guy's got a Empire fleet. Check out his Empire. It's pretty much all pilots, so he's gone all in on fleet. It's just pretty cool. I like that. And his fleet is nasty. I'm impressed with that Empire fleet. Really am. I'm really, really surprised at how well it does. Is this the guy that has the... Yeah. I think he's building Executor too. Yeah. TIE Pilot, Relic 5. He'll be the 3rd Executor in the shard. guys with alt accounts that have access to relicates because they're in a guild, in a guild that's carrying them. That fleet shard is nasty. Man, I hope that other people don't have 3 executors at 6 months in their fleet shard. Around 1 year is when the top 10 became executors for me. KC says, good Lord, that's terrifying. Do you think Profundity is a year away, similar to Piet Executor releases, or it will be sooner? Man, are you asking me about news, Kyber Soze? I am not the one for news. I never know what's going on in this game. I go to work, I come home. Guys, I came home today, threw off my pants, and turned on the stream. Well, you guys got to know by now that streamers never ever wear pants, right? And that's not news to anybody. So yeah, just straight home from work, straight out of the pants, straight onto the stream. That's the order of things. So yeah, I've got no idea if they teased Profundity. I have no clue. Zero clue. Big Miss says, I've been playing for over a year and a half and there's only 1 executor. Yeah, I feel like that's normal. I started in January 2020 and only 40 people have executor. McFlave says, put on your pants. Kyber says, whoa, pantsless stream. Alex says, imagine your cam fell. Well, it hasn't fallen so far. And the pants thing is strictly speculation. You guys, you can't know if I'm telling the truth or if I'm telling you a lie. Maybe I took off my pants and put on other pants. Maybe I don't even have legs. It's hard to know. My fleet has 1 executor on the way and I'm 9 months in. Yeah. All the streamers had the same idea to start an alt on 1-1. Yeah, I think that was my mistake. I think, a lot of experienced people were like, oh, I'll start an alt right at the first of the year. So that was maybe dumb on my part to start an alt on the first of the year when other people might be doing it too. But man, brutal. Most brutal. But guys, here's the truth. If I can stay in any way competitive in this fleet shard, it's pretty much proof that anybody can do it. So we're going to work on Malevolence. We're going to try to build ourselves into the Executor counter with the Malevolence so that I can do fleet placement. Once I get the First Order fleet up and running, I think I can beat some Executors. So I'm going to try to maintain my fleet placement in this account without the Executor. Yikes. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can do it. Exciting times. Got to get our Malevolence up to 7 stars and all that stuff first, though. All right, we've been chatting long enough. I got to get into this account upgrades. Here's an idea. Wear green pants. They're invisible. Ah, I've thought about that before. I actually teased my wife about it. She asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I said I wanted a pair of pants made out of the same material as my green screen. Actually, I told her I wanted a shirt and pants so that I could just be a floating head with hands. I didn't get it. I didn't get my wish. The tease was in the Ravenclaw announcement. Oh, I don't know. Is that another Rebel fleet then? I assume it'll be Rebel fleet. I rank about 500 on my fleet shard and I already see Executors. With the GAC system now and how fleet is the place to get crystals, a lot of new accounts will focus more on fleet. I agree that things got more competitive, but having an Executor 6 months in, that only happens with experienced players who have access to either money or gear or let's say the relicate materials through guild. So I don't think that would be normal for most fleet shards. I hope it wouldn't be normal because these guys are really Really going hard for fleet. I believe it's for all the scoundrel rebel ships. The Profundity. Huh. Oh, it's Admiral Radiss's capital ship. Well, it should be the non-scoundrels then, right? It should be the X-Wings and all the stuff that's non-scoundrels. You got to leave Han out of it. He's not part of the Radis fleet. He's a visitor. Yeah, so it'd be better to keep the Rogue One stuff with Home One, and then the old school stuff like the X-Wings, the Biggs and Wedge would go with the... Yeah, interesting. Raven's Claw will replace Millennium Falcon. Oh, so the Raven's Claw goes to the Akbar fleet. Oh, so it's the other way around. Then the Rogue One ships go with the Profundity. Okay, I got it straight now. All right, let's get into this account and see if we can make some upgrades here. So first things first, we can take Moff Gideon and lock down some of his gear, but this is going to cost me. Yeah, I can't do that because it's just going to make it take longer for the relic on Anakin. Or we have to commit to Piet and get Piet a level. What are we on over here? We're still a long way off, but we do have Conquest, so we'll be able to catch up on some of this stuff in Conquest over the next week or two. We got to commit at some point, right? I think we're 2 weeks out on Anakin's relic. He's going to be a 3-week relic cycle. So we have to decide. And I think if we want Moff Gideon to be the next relic, we have to go ahead and commit this to Gideon. So we're going to commit that to Gideon. And then we'll take this piece for now. And then over the course of the next couple weeks, if I don't manage to get this, I am willing to buy that out of the shop. That's a 15 cost piece. So we'll just let that build up over the next couple weeks, and if I don't have it by the time we relic Anakin, then I'll buy it out of the shop, we'll finish him out, and he'll be our next relic project. Okay. So with that done, what else can we upgrade this week? It's a pretty boring week for upgrades, guys. If that's going to be it. 3v3 is up next, right? 3v3 is up next. Let's commit some Carbantes down here. Kenobi is a ridiculous character. He takes Carbantes like nobody's business. Yeah, he's going to take 2 sets of Carbantes for his next level, just to go to gear 8. So we'll commit that to him. And then let's see if there's any troopers that we can work on for the Iden Versio team. It looks like range trooper. Maybe Iden herself. Does she get an upgrade? Yeah, we'll take Iden up a level. And then we'll see if we can take range up a level still. He's using these up. Yeah. So we're out of the projectors now. Got to get some mods on him. What's the best team for Iden in 3v3? Range and shore out of the garbage that I have right now? Or is Stark is better, right? I could use Stark. Stark and range maybe? Stark and shore. Shore have mods on him? No. Alright, let's take him up to 85 and build out his skills, and we'll do Shore Trooper and Stark with Iden for 3v3s. Cooldown -1. Yeah, we'll invest in that. This is just damage, right? Yeah, I don't care too much about that at this point. Okay, gains 12% turn meter. That goes to 15%. We'll go ahead and do that. CG is not basing it on lore as much as tags for their game to make its kit work. Am I the only one when building squads builds characters that require Kairos after I relic the ones who don't require them? Well, I know how I build characters. I just build them based on, 3 levels. I always talk about 3 levels. 1 level of character that I'm relicking at the moment. There's 1 level of character that I'm building up for my next projects. And then there's the stuff in the middle that I'm just trying to get from project status to finished. We just want defense on this guy, right? Or health. We actually want health on this guy. It's not bad. Okay, now we need defense or health with health main stat. His ability, when he taunts, he recovers. And he recovers based on his health. So we'll see if we can't just make him. It's protection. It's health with 3 speed. That's pretty awful. Oof. Yeah, we'll use the protection one. At least it has 4 speed. Still pretty awful. Here's defense with 11 speed. That's a sliceable mod. 11 speed. We'll try once to hit speed on that. If we hit speed, it would be too good for him, but since we didn't, we can put it on him. And then we need a health mod. And I think we'll just use a health mod with speed if we can find one. Ooh, that's got defense on it. Interesting. I don't farm many health mods, so most of the health mods I have in this account are from events. It's an interesting mod. It's got some speed on the substats. So pretty garbage. Pretty garbage. But yeah, he's got mods on him now. He's got some skills on him. And we could take him in with Inquisitors. Let's see if we can put anything at all on Fin Fin Poe. I love that team for defense. We haven't been able to do anything with it. But let's see. Yeah, no, they're all stuck. They all need the same gear everybody needs. So, nothing doing on the Fin Fin Poe. Anything else that I'm missing out on? We might lock down the gear here. On Grievous. I mean, we know we're going to relic Grievous. That's no doubt at all. So we'll lock down that gear. He needs 2 stun guns. He needs 7 stars, of course, but he's not in bad shape. We need better mods on him for sure, too. Yikes, need mods everywhere, guys. Mods. Let's do ships. Anakin's ETA upgrade. 7 stars. Done with this ship. Upgrade here. And upgrade here. That'll be our Omega upgrade for the week. And then we do want his damage, so we're going to leave him in the favorites until we get that damage. Oh, he's not even in favorites. We're going to put him in favorites. We're going to leave him in favorites till we get that basic finished out. The extra damage on his basic is pretty important. Malevolence. 3.6 million money to be spent here. Let's take it to 80. Ooh, let's take it to 78 so that we actually have some credits left. That'll get us some more skills here. Get us to level 4. Get us to level 3. Zoiks. We'll probably leave the basic at level 4 for the rest of this ship's life, as infrequently as you use it. Let's see if we can get it to 79. Alright, there we go. We'll just keep throwing ship credits at it till we're... You know what? 80? Is 80 possible? Alright. 85,000 ship credits left. Let's see if that's enough to level up this skill. It is. Yes. Alright. So we're at level 80 and 4 on all the skills. That's what we can do this week. Come back next week for level, what, 82 or 83? we still got a lot of credits left to go on that ship. Capital ships are expensive. We need, you know what we do need to do though? We need to put at least some effort into Thrawn. So let's hit Thrawn up here. Probably can't get his gear past 7, but yeah, 6. 6 is all we got. Well, we'll put skills on him and make it so that he can. It's not a good capital ship, but it's functional if I need a cleanup fleet for something. I'm not going to do his leadership yet. No, we'll take his leadership to 7. I'm still stuck in the mode of managing galactic power. It's sad, really. But I see a character and I'm like, well, you know, I don't have to level up his leadership, but it doesn't matter. We can do that now. Yeah, we'll throw mods on him later. Okay. Anything else we can do? I'm going to favorite Thrawn. You know what? Let's favorite him so that we see him. We can work on him. Oh, I already favorited him. Yikes. Unfavorited him. Okay, so he's up there now. Grievous has got about everything I can do. Kind of a lackluster week for advancements, but that's what we've got. We'll leave those credits in the bank for mod work. We'll be able to do some mod work this week. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing every single week with this account. Of course, we were held up on Carbantes. That's not news to anybody. The real bottlenecks right now are these Kairos for the characters that I want to build up, and the projectors, the Mark III holo projectors. If I were to take a look at what characters need holo projectors, it's like every character that I want to build. Look at this. Every good character in my account needs them. Bonkers. If I had like 100 of these, I could probably use them up. All right. Can we do anything with a Datacron? Not yet. Do speed mods go into the calculation for Qui-Gon Jinn calcs? Yes. Whatever your character's speed is at the start, Qui-Gon Jinn's leadership will add 30, and then the Omicron ability takes that speed times 30. Why don't you level 85 your Malevolence? Well, because I'm broke. Heretic got it. He said he's broke. How important are Hyena Bomber and Vulture to go with Geo's early game? Should I be farming those every day? Well, I think Malevolence is the best first capital ship to get out of Get to. So I think going for Malevolence first here is the right move. And the Hyena Bomber and Vulture Droid are critical for this fleet. So should you be farming it right away? Yes, absolutely. You should be preparing yourself for a Malevolence fleet. Yep. Biggest regret in your days of playing Swgoh? My biggest regret was being in such a hurry on my main account to get SLKR. I had a bunch of the relics done. I needed like 4 more relics. I really wanted the character. Like I just was jonesing for it. And that was early on in my gameplay. I'd spent money to get started. I bought the Hyperdrive bundle. I went for SLKR pretty quickly. And then I got impatient, and I dropped about $500 on the game to relic out all those characters and get SLKR event underway. And when I look back on it, it was just dumb. I mean, I probably only accelerated it by maybe 5 or 6 weeks. And in the grand scheme of things, that 5 or 6 weeks, you know, I don't care what I did with SLKR. It wasn't worth it. So it was just kind of, yeah, I don't know. It's not really a regret so much as like, yeah, it was a dumb thing to do. I know I shouldn't have done it, but it's not like I spent my last $500 and couldn't make my house payment or anything. But I don't really have many regrets, you know? I didn't build my main account well for the Grand Arena system originally. But I don't consider that a regret. I guess there is one thing. On my main account, I was in a guild. There was a lot of fun people in the guild. And there came a point where I was like top in the raids, finishing out top in territory battle, you know, top 5 all the time. And I knew that that was a sign. That's a sign that I need a better guild. And I didn't. I took forever to move to a new guild because I liked the guys that I was with. And it was probably a good 3 or 4 months at least of me delaying the inevitable. And when I finally did change guilds, I found out, wow, there's a new guild. It's got a bunch of cool people in it. And there's just as good community in this guild as there was in the last one. And oh, by the way, they're doing Lightside GOTB a lot better and all of the other stuff a lot better. And it was a big upgrade for me. So that's probably my one regret is taking forever to move guild. I had this misplaced sense of loyalty where, you know, at some point I just outgrew them. And they weren't well organized and they weren't trying to grow the whole guild like my account was growing. So I needed to move on, and I needed to move on a lot sooner. So that's probably my one regret. I haven't made the same mistake with my other accounts. I'm happy with my guilds now. Hey DL, how many relics would you aim for by 1 million GP? Nick, I'm not going to measure anything by GP anymore. So if anybody hasn't seen it, I'm trying to break the habit of managing galactic power because it doesn't mean anything. I mean, nobody cares what your galactic power is anymore. You say, oh, I got Kyber at 4 million. Who cares, right? If you managed your galactic power to 4 million, all that means is there was round after round after round of hard mode conquest that you didn't get when you could have. So here's what I suggest. I mean this. Everybody, for real, do this on your account. Every character that you can unlock it, take it up to at least level 40 to 50, put the skills on it, you know, just level 4 skills, level 5 skills. Do it with every character that you can. Kylo, bam, level 40, level 3 and 4 skills. It adds about 2,000 to 3,000 galactic power for every character where you do that. I'm going to continue to do that on this Loquitur account. We're going to continue to fatten up. Where you've got pilots, the pilots need to go to 70 and get their skills like this. Get skill level 7 and get mods on them so that your fleet, gets as fat as possible. Take your GP up. Artificially inflate your GP. If you do that level 40 trick with non-pilots, it doesn't cost much. If you do that trick to level 70 with pilots, it doesn't cost that much. And it helps your guild a ton. When you go into, just imagine that everybody in the guild was willing to add that 200,000 galactic power that you can add almost for free, right? You can get the extra galactic power. Imagine that 50 people did that. That would be an extra 10 million galactic power that you could deploy in territory battles. It would put you 10 million galactic power higher as a guild when you're in territory wars. The game rewards you now for being fat. So how many relics should you have by 1 million? I don't know. I don't know what that looks like anymore. If you're artificially fattening up your account. Public service announcement, don't fatten up your account until you're level 85 and you've locked in the multi-sim for Galactic War. If you fatten your account too much, the Galactic Wars get harder. So once you're level 85 and you've completed this at least once, then that's your trigger to fatten your account. If you buy the Hyperdrive bundle, start fattening from the beginning. It's kind of like feeding a turkey beer and bread before Thanksgiving. Is there anything you regret dropping money on that's now useless? No. I don't think I've dropped money on anything that's useless. Honestly, guys, the only thing that I've ever... I buy crystals. I buy crystals every month on my main account. I've made no secret of that. So the main account, I spend $100 a month on crystals so that I can do a whole bunch of extra mod refreshes. Other than that, I whaled for SLKR, about $500. I spent a couple hundred when the Executor came out. I wanted the Executor instantly, and I was like, I'm just going to buy a couple $100 worth of crystals, jam all my gear onto these characters, and get the Executor instantly. So I whaled on that. That's about it. I mean, I think I may have spent some crystals on Gideon or something like that. But I don't really go crazy whaling on new content. Yeah, so there's not much to regret when you're not going after the new stuff. By the time I do go after it, I already know whether it's good or not. So at the end of the day, if you look at my galactic power in Obticeo, it's 2.37, but that's because I'm doing the fattening. All the way along when I can, I'm starting these characters, I'm boosting them up, I'm giving them levels. I'm artificially inflating the account's GP. And the Hyperdrive bundle does a lot of that for you anyway. Like Radis, see? We got the Radis character. As soon as we got him, we unlocked him, we level 42'd him, we put skills on him to level 4. So he's 2,900 instead of, 1,100. So it's not that much GP, but it's also not that much cost. So we just pretty much do that. We need to do that with a lot more characters, but yeah. So that's the gimmick. We got Luke. We can take up a level here. Go ahead and promote him. Bloat, bloat, bloat. Do we have anybody else that we can blow out crystals for Shard Shop? Low Gray is overclocked. So is Jedi Knight Guardian. We can pull shards off of these guys. Let's pull some shards. What's the best way to spend money on the game, in your opinion? Crystals. You know, get crystals and get your basic refreshes done every single day. See that? 172,000 for level 40. Nothing. Nothing. You just pop these skills up to level 4. You're using stuff that you have 2,000 of. It's nothing. All right? You got to get gear levels to get those skills unlocked. Couple cheap gear levels. More cheap skills. And there you go, 6,300 galactic power from low gray. Why not? First order TIE pilot. And get that going. Same thing. So if you have crystals, the most important thing to do, 3 regular energy, 3 fleet energy, 3 cantina energy, and don't go beyond that. You know, use your crystals wisely. If you still have crystals left over, like I was showing earlier, there are things in the game. I'm going to take him all the way to 85. No, I'm not. We're not going to do that. Let's just go to, he's a pilot, so let's do the 70 thing. 2.4 million. And we're going to work on him anyway, so we'll upgrade some gear. So yeah, get your 3 cantina refreshes. Get that stuff going every day. And especially the cantina refreshes for an early account really accelerates what you can get done in the game. It helps you with these skill pieces. It helps you with getting ahead on signal data, all that stuff. And then the gear that costs 15 crystals per piece. All right, so then we just take a look at the shard shop. Probably generated, yeah, 805 currency. Look at that. Free stuff. And we can buy that and buy these med packs. Gotta always try to keep around 420 to make sure that if the Mark IV Chedak comlink shows up, that's a pain in the butt early game piece. Always short on that. Always short on the Chedak comlinks. But if you can buy them out of the shops pretty much every time they show up, it helps a lot. Helps a lot. Did I already? Yeah, I already simmed that. Alright, we can lock in Conquest on normal. Commit to that. Sector 1, spend some energy. We're going to use the trooper team just because it's fun. Let's figure out what do we got here. Amplify agony. Let's commit to that. Get that going. What do we got? What do we got on the top path? Grievous. I guess we got to start with clones, not the troopers after all. We'll try to follow the path to get more choices on our first set of discs. Grievous team's not that bad to beat if you need quests. Sometimes on the first level, you really need to look at all the teams and try to figure out what's the easiest for you to beat so that you can, get objective completions. Okay, let's get the Brood Alpha out of here. Look at these clones looking good. Looking good, boys. See if we can stun a droid. Oh yeah, looking good here in this normal conquest. I don't know why I paid that. He's just one hit away from being dead. I thought you said you weren't streaming Conquest. I didn't plan on it. But I've got 144 energy, and it's making me twitch. I don't like to be full on energy like that. Got to get some of that energy used up and get the counter going. Driving me crazy. It's the OCD again, guys. All right, let's use these troopers, just for the lulz. What are the questions you got, guys? Because if there's no other questions, we're pretty much going to finish this up and then close down the stream. I have 1K Cantina energy. Why the heck would you ever have Cantina energy? Spend that Cantina energy every day. Dark Trooper, go. I don't have any. Michael Neal, Cantina refreshes. Scroll up. I don't see it. I don't see the relevance. Question, relevance. All right. Scroll up a bit. Me and Emmanuel asked the same question. Oh, what's the best way to spend money in the game? The absolute best purchase that you can make in the whole game is the hyperdrive bundle. The gear alone is worth about 5 times the value of the bundle at $100, and I mean, it's just crazy. It's the most ridiculous thing in the game. So the hyperdrive bundle is number 1. If you're a new player buying the Houndstooth pack, you can go into the journey guide, look at Millennium Falcon, shop for requirements, and there's this $25 pack where you can get Houndstooth going. That to me is the second best early game purchase besides hyperdrive bundle. And then from there, man, I just like crystals. I just like using the crystals. Using the crystals, working through your refreshes. If you get all your refreshes every day, then like I said, you start going in here on all these characters that need the Mark III projectors, and you just look for full completed ones, and they're in the shop for $300, $600 for 2. You buy those. Anything that costs $15 per gear piece is worth buying for crystals. These pieces $15. Rarely they'll come out with a gear pack that's like 2.5 times the crystal value, and those I like to buy. If they're 2.5 times or better times the crystal value, then they're worth having. Other than that, they're not worth it. My opinion. And like I said, on my main account, I buy the crystals, and then I do all 3 standard refreshes, and then I do 3 extra mod refreshes. I do the 100 cost mod refreshes on my main account. Cody says, go into Discord and continue streaming. Do you follow Coffee Chess on YouTube, Botez Live, Carlson, Cramling? I watch like Gotham Chess. I watched the recaps. I was very interested in the candidates. I'm a big fan of Hikaru. I don't know. I just like the guy. I like. For anybody who doesn't know, Hikaru's an excellent player. He kind of burned out, left the chess scene. He came back. He started streaming. Now he's back in the chess scene, but with a different attitude. You know, like he's not super try hard. He's more casual, and he'll definitely try to win, but he's not wound up and getting inside of his own head if he doesn't. And he's doing great. He got in the candidates, and he had a shot at second place in the candidates and missed against Ding Loren. So, I mean, I follow some stuff, but I don't get to do a lot of like live stream, watch the streams as they happen. I just spent all my Cantina energy and got one Ravenclaw blueprint. Yikes. The $10 Monday Relic Pack is good too. I've heard people say that, but I've never been inspired to go in there every Monday and buy it. I think the crystal refreshes on the mods are better for me. And I don't want to spend $140 a month. I'm just going to buy the crystals. So I've never gotten into the Monday Relic Packs. All right, guys. I'm almost completely lost my voice. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I'm really straining to talk. I don't know what's going on. Don't know if I'm getting sick or just talk too much at work today or what. But I'm gonna hang it up here. And if you guys got any more questions, feel free to get on over in the Discord. The link is in the description down below. Lots of cool people over in the Discord, and hop on over there and see what's going on, talk to people. There's an Ask Loquitur channel, so you can ask questions specifically of me if you want to. Hope to see you all over there. Remember to hit that like button on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. It does help me. It helps the channel. It's free. It's fun to do. I don't think it's too much to ask for you to click the like button, so please do that for me. And I'll see you guys all in the next holocron.